Welcome back to Wario Land II. So yeah, time to finish the final storyline. Uncanny Mansion.
Coming back is difficult.
AKA backtracking the level.
Get the coin!
Is the level literally telling you you're gonna have a bad time?
Well,
You're not gonna leave alive, you're in for a bad time. Okay,
it's like to go that song from Paul Duggan. Backtrack, fucking backtrack. Got to do this shit again. Alright, so but basically it boils down to just find the exit. Go ahead, too.
Depending on the game, I wouldn't even mind too much backtrack here, but I'm guessing for a game like this, it's basically just an excuse to like having a level very similar to like the first one to have Wario to go back to it.
That's the thing too. It's not at all. At least it doesn't feel to me.
Oh, that's the thing. We also have in the other timelines stuff like you know, when you enter stuff at some point, you're like find the exit like that. So I wonder what exactly they wanted to mean with this.
It's weird. Like again, like I said, this game is trying to come up with as many creative ways of saying find the exit as they can.
Also, those particular blocks, the one that for this specific level, the one that are like brown like that, look actually more like chocolate bars.
Yeah. There you go. No, bad idea.
Yeah, now the lights are turned on.
Let's see. There you go. Okay, there's looks like there's not that much here. All right.
I think what you're supposed. Oh.
There we go.
I think what you're supposed to do is to reach up the blocks, but we're here, and then you know get up there. But alas.
Alas, indeed. There you go. Now, now, thanks to pressing the button, now we have pelicans over there. So
okay.
Fuck. Okay. Never mind. This isn't working. Let's go back and press the switch again.
Although getting back there should be a bit more difficult considering...
Well, we already have a basic idea of how the layout of the platforms is. So basically, not to mention we have the enemies giving us... again, kind of like in Who Turned Out the Light from Earthworm Jim 1, the enemies kind of give you a basic idea of where the platforms are. So basically, just use your instincts, basically.
Never give up, trust your instincts.
Yeah. There's no saloon music in here, though. There you go. Alright. So what's in here?
Oh, furniture!
Well, watch out. In one of the previous levels, it did turn out to be one of the ghosts, so I'm guessing not all of them would be wise to, you know, to break.
I love the Wario zombie music. The Wario zombie music. Alright. Now let's actually see what's up here. Oh, goody.
There's nothing on Wario.
Enemy blocks. Fuck. Alright, let's try that again. Fuck.
Nope.
Fucking pelicans.
It's also, I think, a problem of, you know, draw distance to the fact that you need to make the jump before knowing if the enemy is attacking or not.
It's the unavoidable limitation of a Game Boy game. Since it's a small screen.
The screen crunch.
It's a small screen. Well, the game was made for the platform. That's not the issue. The problem is that even if the game was made with this platform from the beginning, there's always when it comes to it's one of those cases where the game was maybe a bit too ambitious. And it created these huge ass levels, but the screen is still not getting any bigger. So sometimes these are some issues that just cannot be. There are just going to be sadly some kind of price to pay for how expensive these levels are. Like if this game had a remake of some sort for the Switch, we could easily eliminate this problem. But that would require Nintendo to be interested in reviving the Wario Land series.
And at that point, I guessing the option would be just do, you know, a new title instead of a remake of this.
Yeah.
Depends. What are the team involved with this game involved with? Like, the makers.
Honestly, Dejova, at this point, they're probably most of them are probably not even at Nintendo anymore.
Let me check the actual team.
Why we haven't
just
gotten
to be
it
sure.
Because one of the rules of the gaming industry is this: oftentimes it can be hard to find someone who's interested in reviving a project that's not their own.
Well, I would argue.
Can never be a case like that.
Well, Shake It was made by Goodfeel, who had zero involvement in the previous ones, and I think they did a pretty good job.
Apparently, their last game was Metroid Zero Mission.
Huh, interesting.
The Game Boy Advance. They haven't done anything since 2004, unless they've been incorporated, but I'll check after the
Third
treasure.
from right.
As for the feel-good place,
Goodfeel.
Hold on.
good feel.
The developers of Kirby's Epic Yarn
Bottle?
Yeah. For those who don't know, Goodfeel were the developers of Kirby's Epic Yarn, and they're now making the Yoshi fuzzy games.
So this is the thing.
Actually, there you go. In 2015, they merged it with Nintendo EAD to form Nintendo Entertainment Planning and Development.
Oh, wow.
So technically speaking, the right now they're developing Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Oh, that's funny. They also merged with Red Entertainment, the makers of Fossil Fighters, too. Neat. So
Actually, hold on. Are you sure, Jova? Because I'm. Hold on. What year was Fossil Fighters released? Remind me.
oh, Fossil Fighters. That was a while ago.
It wasn't 7.
I think so. Okay. Here's the thing, too. This is before Red Entertainment merged with.
No.
Nintendo
That's the thing. I call it Nintendo EAD, not Red Entertainment.
No. Red Entertainment fused with EAD as well as another company to form what is now EPD.
Oh, hold on. Let me check then.
All right.
Oh, not you.
1.
Well, yeah. Hello, kids. Today we're going to learn about the number 1.
Yeah, let's count to 1. 1. Done.
One and
So
done.
what's the next?
All right. Next one is Capture the Ghost.
Okay.
Which
And
is
also, Jova, from what it tells me here, Red Entertainment in 2014 was actually sold to Oizumi Corporation, someone related to Nintendo.
Maybe it's another company I'm thinking of that was involved with Fossil Fighters that got merged in.
Possible. The other two were Nintendo SPD, M2, and Art Dink.
Oh, yes. Nintendo SPD. That's the one that was involved with Fossil Fighters that got merged.
Yeah, which is, I think it's actually the one that they made Wario Land II, I think.
weird
Yeah, and they also...
Actually, no, they're not. My bad. But they did some WarioWare games and Dream of Heaven.
Definitely. Hey, I bet they also did that crossover between Wario and... I mean, WarioWare and Rhythm Heaven.
I guess they just ran out of ideas for Wario Land.
Or I'm guessing when the diverging app at Nintendo decided to apply rules to the new team altogether.
I guess.
I mean, granted, unless we actually hear from the horse's mouth themselves, for all we know, they just didn't have the interest in continuing with Wario Land past the last game they made.
4.
And to be fair, Miko, when you get to like the 4th game in a series, you have done quite a lot with that series.
True, and 4 was already showing signs that the developers were starting to kind of lose interest in the style of the first 3 games. So I guess maybe it was all for the best, considering considering I actually prefer Shake It over 4, to be honest.
Art Dink instead went on to do several different things, and nowadays mostly is possible for helping polishing ports. They worked on stuff like some Mega Man collections, even normal in the RDX, and collections of mana as well for Square Enix.
Oh yeah, I think Art Dink were also involved in Fossil Fighters.
Yeah, that's what they mentioned, Java. It was still one of the companies, but they're still active.
Nice.
It's a very deceptive story title because it says capture the ghost, but actually we're supposed to defeat the ghost and save Syrup because, spoiler, Syrup was kidnapped again.
I'm guessing back then Ghostbuster was all over the the places, so the craze, so they were like, yeah, let's do something that make a title that's similar to that, so the kids will love it.
Before Luigi's Mansion, of course.
Yeah. It's interesting because Wario is supposed to be the anti-Mario within Nintendo, whereas Syrup you'd think would be the anti-Peach, but no, she still gets kidnapped still.
Java, at what point there was supposed to be what version of Peach? I think it was Mario Tennis or Mario Party. One of the games that introduced Waluigi.
I think it was supposed to be like it was supposed to be around one of the spin-offs.
Yeah, was it
Mario Party 3 or something?
I think maybe?
Possibly. I don't remember. I actually really love
Daisy.
Yeah, I actually really love the CGI intros that Camelot made for the GameCube Mario Tennis and Mario Golf games, especially Mario Golf Toadstool Tour. It's a true demonstration of how I would love a Mario TV show to be like. Basically, it has the CGI look, and it's entirely devoid of dialogue and great physical slapstick comedy. It works really well. Unfortunately, I seriously doubt Illumination would be clever enough to imitate that style.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, we all know how Illumination did though.
Even so, the fear that everyone has is that Illumination will treat the Goombas like the minions, because they already did something similar to the fishes in the Lorax film.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll see. It's still a bit ahead for now.
I mean, I mean, it's one of those cases where it depends on how much input control Nintendo is having over them.
On one hand, I'm inclined to believe that right now they are in a spot where they don't want, because since Mario is basically their golden goose and they're basically their Mickey Mouse. They probably don't want his reputation and face to be tarnished. But at the same time, Nintendo has always been very, generous when it came to the adaptation from its work, to the point where a lot of people could get away with doing very questionable, changes during the adaptations. So
let's not forget, they said no to Mario in Wreck-It Ralph 2, but they said yes to Mario in
Pixels. Yeah.
I just have to wonder.
Kong?
That and also the Duck Hunt Dog lives.
I just have to wonder, why Illumination of all studios? Illumination were good maybe back in the day, but these days they're
I'm guessing they're the ones who offer the best price.
Must have been.
Well, it doesn't surprise me considering how Comcast behaves.
Yeah, Comcast was probably the one that offered the most money, and Nintendo just took it like that.
Or maybe the least, like maybe considering Nintendo loves to not spend too much.
That's right, Comcast own Illumination, don't they?
Yeah, they do. That's one of the main reasons why I'm concerned about the movie, because if from my perspective,
let me see what this is.
Oh, a skull.
Yep, a pirate skull.
How did the skull of Risky Boots' father get in here?
Don't know.
I mean Captain Syrup.
Go on, Pedro.
If that was that's one of the main reasons why I'm very very apprehensive about the movie, because from my perspective, if they genuinely cared about wanting Mario to have a quality animated film, to me the best choice would be to try to strike a deal with Disney to have Rich Moore make the movie, since he when it comes to current top-tier Hollywood animation directors, to me, Rich Moore is the obvious choice. For those who don't know, Rich Moore is the director of the Wreck-It Ralph movies and co-director of Zootopia. So he's one of the top-tier animation directors right now. He also directed some of the best Simpsons and Futurama episodes. That would be my ideal choice. He's a huge Mario fan, for crying out loud, and Sonic fan even. Anyway,
oh Jesus!
Oh snap!
So yeah, Syrup was kidnapped. So let's.
By this thing.
Don't tell me I have to save that bitch.
As long
I'm gonna get ya.
as long as you stay crouching on the floor, you'll be fine.
Crouching Wario hidden badass?
Yes.
Oh.
There we go.
Who knew when you can
hell
actually
is this?
punch the shit out of a ghost?
What the hell
Oh
is
god.
this music?
Remember, Dribs,
Oh my god, he's sperm.
Wario's all about wacky music.
Hey, we did it.
So, let me guess. Syrup ends up flying out somehow.
Well, obviously, Jova. Remember, they're Team Rocket of this franchise.
Okay, let's see the number then.
The final number.
2, maybe?
Yeah. Maybe 6.
Ah.
No, 2, it's 2. Sorry.
Got it.
You know, what else could it be?
And I
Alright,
do
let's see what
believe we
complete
have the
puzzle
final
looks
piece
like.
to the puzzle.
There you go.
I
It's,
have no clue.
A landscape, I guess, with a skull mountain.
There seems to be like a lake
Oh.
or some woods.
X marks the spot, I wonder?
Very good, Jova. You're catching on.
Great, perfect. Now let's get the syrup. Oh my
Hey,
god,
I'm
my
Wario.
treasure!
Yes.
Let's go get the bitch.
Basically, when you 100% the game, you always get this little screen every time you start up the game. But for,
Oh!
but for let's check out the ending of this storyline.
Stop. Take that. And you too. Oh, money, 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 money.
Oh shit.
Now that's a twist, huh?
The twist is, it was all a dream.
Seriously?
That's right, it was all a dream.
Honestly, this should have been the payoff to the stay in bed timeline.
Okay, I guess that explains all the random transitions for that route then.
So basically, right, even the end screen is nothing because you technically haven't seen any level.
No. So yeah,
That was anticlimactic.
so yeah, if you go for this route, technically the game never happened. However, here's an interesting thing, guys. What Wario has been dreaming so far is actually what's about to happen, because what we're seeing in the credits is Syrup on their way to Wario's castle to start the sad game. So you see,
So you know
Dibs.
what a premonition.
So there you go, Dibs. The game is a prequel to itself.
Get ready,
it
my
goes in a
minions.
never-ending
We're about to
loop,
wreak
and,
vengeance on that dastardly Wario for what he did to me in the last game.
The Mario universe truly has the deepest lore.
Ma'am, are you sure we're well prepared? We still haven't recovered from last time.
Yes, we have.
How do you reach that conclusion?
Because this time I have a well three-stage plan. You are going to flood his basement, and you'll make sure to get the riches. And as for the giant spearman, I have a special job for him.
Of course.
Well, I wonder, like, that hot air balloon is enough for risking the 3 minions, but where all the others come from in order to store Wario's castle?
In the balloon, of course.
Don't worry,
course.
don't worry, Teo. They're all in Syrup's dimensional pocket.
Yes.
Maybe she kept the genie lamp and is able to fit them all in there.
There you go. Screen and map design.
By UM.
By
Ueda Masani.
Oh
Yeah.
look at that! A member of the Ueda family.
Pretty sure it's a common last name.
Are we there yet?
No, we're not
But
there
look,
yet.
the birds are singing. Isn't
Isn't
it
it
beautiful?
Are we there yet?
No, it's not.
Are we there yet?
No.
Are we there yet?
No, fuck you and fuck your references!
Ishikawa Kazooie.
Package and manual designer.
It was important for the time, Jova.
It still should be important today, dang it.
It's still really dumb.
Yeah, I gotta say, now that I think about it, covers for Game Boy games were relatively simple, but they had a particular way to capture your interest, I think.
Tell me about it. I'll never forget.
Usually it was just the classic.
Well, remember, Teo, there was no internet back then.
No.
Well, remember, Teo, there was no internet back then, so the best way to grab interest was to...
No, but what I mean is that they are relatively different from, say, an NES cover or a PlayStation cover as well.
One of the best ways to grab a kid's attention was to create a really appealing-looking cover, because, you know, there was no internet to look up reviews on games yet, so...
Then you get something like Resident Evil Survival for the PlayStation, and it's like literally just a gun with a clip of bullets.
Hey,
It's a
Teo,
gun. It's a fucking gun.
Hey, Teo, how about Resident Evil Gaiden?
Producer It.
Yes, Luis, it was Pennywise all along who did it.
Damn.
Hankins, the third one. Always late.
Test.
Okay, so
So yeah, now you know how Syrup and her goons got here in the first place.
Yes, it was quite the well-planned-out adventure.
So there you go. We have officially 100%ed Wario Land 2.
Yay!
But the adventure's not over yet.
Yes, because there's actually, taking cue from Rare, there's actually something beyond the 100%.
Look at all that treasure we got, including a Metroid, a Game Boy Advance, a book,
An Ocarina.
a CD.
Well, actually, the Game Boy is just the original Game Boy. There was no GBA back then, Chobo. There you go. Here's another cool thing. After 100% of the game, you gain the option to skip straight to the boss in every level that has a boss. So if you want to just fumble around and defeat some bosses for fun, you can do that.
Oh, that's nice.
We'll see you for the stunning conclusion.
Yes, however, everybody, 100% of the game unlocks a mini-game, which I will show as well, and the true final level with the true ending of Wario Land 2. Because
the true final battle is about to begin. Fasten your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen, for destiny to take fate.
See you, everybody.
Yeah.